No notes.
Nope.
I have no notes. I have no notes. Welcome to It's Too Early, the first, best, and only morning show in the world. I'm Anthony Carboni.
I'm Saige Ryan.
And goodness gracious, it is a day chock full of news. We sat down last night to write the show, and we were like, oh no, there's no news. And then we started actually reading the news.
And we were like, oh shit, there's actually a lot of news.
So many news.
We have multiple news, so we're going to try to get through it all. As always, if we don't get to it, though, we'll post the extra clips on our Patreon.
Patreon.com/PixelCircus. That's where you want to go. That's what you want to do.
That's where all the cool kids are.
That's...
Anthony doesn't dab there, I promise. If I can guarantee you one thing, is that I don't allow him to dab on Patreon.
If you want to know how many years old I am, my bicep just strained doing a dab years old. I've got some good news for you.
No, you don't!
I got some good news for you. The very first big patch for Cyberpunk 2077 came out, and it was focused entirely on stability and repairing bugs in the game.
And they did a good update?
Yeah, except for the game-breaking bug.
Oh, right! Thank you, CD Projekt Red. Brilliant.
So, here's the thing. It was supposed to fix an issue in a mission called Down the Street, where at a certain point, this character Takamura is supposed to call you and tell you what to do next, but Takamura just wasn't calling.
She got busy. She got caught up doing other things.
Takamura just wasn't calling.
Takamura's busy.
And so you could not complete the mission. So, don't worry, CD Projekt Red fixed it. Takamura now calls and doesn't say anything.
The phone will ring and there will be no one there.
So you take the call from Takamura and still don't get the rest of your mission.
That's so good. I'm so glad that's happening.
This is such a CD Projekt Red fix. It's like, oh, problem is Takamura don't call? There, Takamura call. It's like, well okay. It's a multiple...
She has to actually trigger the mission. And they're like, next time around.
That's 2 fixes.
Yeah.
You asked for one fix.
They're like a genie.
Yeah. It's like, you were not specific enough with what you wanted.
Yeah, the devs just keep giving the players the monkey's paw. We're like, well, you said you wanted Takamura to call. You didn't say what you wanted her to tell you.
Next update, Takamura calls just to see how you're doing. That's it.
You said you wanted her to talk. Look, she needs to talk about her feelings. We also saw on the internet this week, there was something like kind of resurfacing of one of the high-ups at CD Projekt Red talking about crunch being an issue, and that game awards should not be awarded to games that companies had to crunch for release because it sets a bad precedent and rewarding that sort of behavior.
Andres, this is literally returning to the scene of the crime. This is like Detective Story 101. This is like, boy, well, I sure hope you don't find the governor's body dead in there, because that would be bad. That would be like the worst thing, right?
Yeah, who would kill the governor?
Nobody would kill the governor, and then like, well, pip pip, I'm off on my way, and now that the governor is safe, my name, JT Ripperson. Gotta go. Why would you do that?
Why would you do that? He was like, don't give awards to games that crunch to finish them. You can't do it to teams that crunch to finish games, to large companies that make their employees do that. That sets a bad precedent.
Oh, Andres.
Capcom is remaking Resident Evil 4, and they're changed.
You may have forgotten the last time that they made it because they got pretty close and then they went oopsie.
Maybe not.
They went oopsie doopsie.
Yeah.
We made a fucky wucky. The Resident Evil 4 remake has ran into some development issues. Basically what happened was Capcom had given developer M2 sort of free reign to work on the remake. And when M2 brought in their latest milestone build, Capcom looked at it and went, oh, this is exactly Resident Evil 4. This is like a real remake.
Remake of Resident Evil 4, which Resident Evil 4 was a very good game.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. It's, like I said, it's the one that finally made me enjoy the series and really get into it.
Yeah.
But that's not what Capcom does right now. RE2 and 3 remakes are complete reimaginings of the game.
Yes, absolutely.
And so they were sort of looking for that, and they kind of pulled M2 off of the title, and they've given it to Capcom Studio 1 now, or Capcom Division 1, to take over and basically restart development from scratch almost. So we won't be seeing this until probably like 2023.
Now, I have mixed feelings about this because I do think that they did an excellent job with 2 and 3. I do. But they had such a different base to work with for 2 and 3 that needed a complete reimagining. I'm questioning if 4 needs it, but on the other hand, they've already done an upscale of 4.
Yep.
So, like, if you're not going to completely reimagine it, I guess what's the point? Don't charge me that much again if you're not going to completely reimagine it. I have complicated feelings around it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna buy it.
I think, like, I think you're right. Like, that PS1 tank control, weird, semi-broken, like, obviously 2 and 3 needed full-on reimaginings.
Yeah.
4, man, 4's good, but it's been a while since it's been a while since I played it, and I bet if I went back, I'd be like, yeah, I get why they're reimagining this.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute for me as well, and I agree. I'm sure that there are lots of things that could be improved to modern standards, and need to be. I'm nervous because I care, and I'm excited about it though. I mean, Capcom really is pulling out. Like, they have revived that series, which wasn't quite dead, but I mean,
7 100% brought it back. I think 6, like, it wasn't dead, but it was in the space that, like, other Capcom stuff has been sort of living in, like Devil May Cry, where it's like, oh yeah, there's a rabid fan base for this.
Right.
But in general, people are like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, they're not actively playing.
I think 5 and 6 were just these weird lore dumps for hardcore fans, and they were broken and strange, and I totally understand why the series needed a break and a little breath and, like, a completely new direction.
Yeah.
Now show us Ethan's face, you cowards.
Maybe, please? Kind of weird that you're not showing us Ethan's face, I'm going to be honest with you.
What does Ethan look like? I get it.
What are you hiding?
He's me and I'm him, and I get it.
Right, but, like...
What'd he look like, though?
Hey, but here's the thing. He's already not me.
He's already not you.
He's already not me.
He's me, and I get that, but
right, but, like, he's still
her.
going to be you with a face, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
You're a white man.
He's probably going to look a lot like me.
Right.
If you wonder what Ethan looks like, Ethan Winters, it's probably this.
Can somebody please Photoshop Anthony's face on Ethan Winters,
Just the
please?
one where I'm sniffing the gun.
Yeah.
You know the one where Ethan's
the
like
face
taking
reveal.
We'll make a long sniff of his gun.
I think I've decided that PixelCircus should do the face reveal for Ethan from Resident Evil.
Yeah, everybody tweet at Resident Evil and tell them that It's Too Early needs to do the face reveal for Ethan Winters.
And also just Photoshop the picture and we'll just do it on our own. But that's the thing that, like, boggles my mind is like, oh, well, they want you to be able to picture him as yourself. Hello, hi. A large portion of the population cannot picture themselves as this white man. So, like, maybe you aren't accomplishing that.
Gun Sniffer 8. And listen, we know that the gun sniffer is kinky. He's sniffing a gun.
Yeah.
He's a kinky boy, the
Mr.
gun sniffer.
Evil.
And that's why they had to put the tall mommy in the game. Because Resident Evil 8 is fetish content for kinky people.
And also because I wanted to be able to picture myself somewhere in the game.
Yeah. Saige says, perhaps I am the tall mommy now.
Realistically, I understand that I'm unwell bug lady.
As opposed to being little daddy, you thought maybe you'd be tall mommy this time.
I was hoping I would be tall mommy this time, and I know that I am still small daddy. But we're all obsessed, right? Everybody can't stop talking about both Bug Teeth Lady and tall vampire mommy, to the extent that somebody has figured out how tall they believe sexy vampire mommy to be.
Hey, mommy. Lady Dimitrescu is a tall drink of water, probably some sort of tyrant precursor.
Yes.
Even though we're all saying vampire, but Ash Parrish is obsessed with the tall lady. And so she said, how do I find out the height of the tall lady? I will do this. First of all, she played the maiden demo. She found a chair. She looked at the size of the chair. She said, all right, we need to figure out what time period this is so I know how big chairs are. She found a piece of lore in a wine cellar. It says the winemaking techniques of Castle Dimitrescu can be traced as far back as the 15th century. Okay, now I know that this house was built in the 15th century. Using that information, I can go back and try to find this chair. Or the inspiration for this chair. Now, also, tall mommy walks in through double door.
Yeah, so that's got to give you a little bit
Tall
of...
mommy kind of goes like this through double door because she's very tall.
Of course.
So, let's take a look at a 15th century double door, Ash says, and figure out that size, figure out the size of the chair, and triangulate the tall mommy. Tall mommy is exactly 96 inches tall, 8 feet, almost, just shy of 3 meters tall.
Wow.
No.
No? I don't understand meters. I would completely
17
believe
meters.
you.
Sorry, I fixed my math. Just shy of 17
Literally
meters tall.
don't even know what a meter is. Never heard of her.
So that's tall mommy.
That's tall mommy, 8 feet. So now you can visualize accordingly
climb
her
her.
stepping on you.
I want to climb tall mommy. I think we all do.
Yes, correct. I think that it's a good visualization for how high you would have to climb and how high up she would be when she steps on you.
How wide brim is that wide brim hat she's wearing?
It's
That's got to be a 4-foot brim at least.
It's special for her.
She has, of course.
It's custom.
Lady Dimitrescu gets all of her stuff custom tailored.
Absolutely.
You think she buys off the rack?
No.
No. She can't.
She couldn't.
She wouldn't if she could.
No.
She's too wealthy.
You're absolutely
She
correct.
cares too much about her appearance.
You're 100% correct.
17 meters is 50 feet? No, check your math. There's been some Twitter beef.
It's been some Twitter beef from some unexpected combo of people.
Seth Rogen and Ted Cruz have been trading insults on Twitter for like 4 days.
And they really just are going at it.
And what's funny is like Ted Cruz started off being like, I think I'm going to make some jokes and out-joke the joke man. And then the joke man was like, oh, the jokes are done. Eat shit, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, so basically Ted Cruz was like, by rejoining the Paris Climate Agreement, a bunch of bullshit. And like, can I just say, Ted Cruz,
The Zodiac Killer.
the Zodiac Killer, prove us wrong. Ted Cruz thinks that the Paris Climate Agreement was literally drafted and created by the city of Paris. President Biden indicates he's more interested in the views of the citizens of Paris than in the jobs of the citizens of Pittsburgh. He thinks that Paris came up with the climate agreement
We're
and we all
Paris
signed it.
rules.
He thinks that Paris did it. And here's the thing. I don't think he actually thinks it. I think he's just that much of a son of a bitch that he's just gonna say it.
Because he knows idiots follow him, quite simply. And in addition, I'm retracting my statement that he's a Zodiac Killer, because although the Zodiac Killer couldn't spell very well, he's managed to get away with it for this long and not be discovered and break out some pretty interesting ciphers. I don't think he should have that kind of credit.
No, Ted Cruz's son is the Zodiac Killer of dogs, but that's as close as they get. And Seth Rogen was just like, you know what? I'm not a joke man right now.
Fuck you, fascist.
I'm not a stoned joke man right now. I just say, fuck you, fascist. That's all I say.
That's it.
And then
Quite simply.
And then
something
Ted
I say on
Cruz.
Twitter all the time.
Ted Cruz plays the card that all of these motherfuckers play where it's like, oh, charming and civil and educated, blah, blah, blah. Fuck you. Fuck you. I don't have to be civil.
If you're blue collar, if you're a union member, if you work in energy or manufacturing, not so much.
Yeah, if you're a rich, angry Hollywood celebrity, today's Dems are the party for you.
Right.
Oh, if you're wealthy, like a Harvard and Princeton educated lawyer man?
Right. So, of course, he posts that with the screenshot of his fuck you fascist tweet. And he replied, get fucked, fascist. Go encourage white supremacist insurrection again, you fucking clown. And then followed up with, and I'm in 4 unions, by the way.
Yeah. 4 unions.
He's like, I'm in 4 unions.
Everyone in Hollywood is in multiple unions.
Yeah.
Because everyone understands that when you're starting out, you get treated like shit,
right.
And we gotta look after each other.
Right. So he's like, well, okay. Oh, okay, man.
And then if you're a white supremacist fascist who doesn't find it offensive when someone calls your wife ugly, Ted Cruz is the exact motherfucker for you. Wow.
And it's still going. And Seth Rogen is just ripping him to shreds.
So Ted Cruz stops responding, and Seth Rogen is like, oh, no. You don't get to stop. This doesn't stop. What's the first film you saw in theaters? And Ted Cruz says, Fantasia. It was playing at a film revival. It scared me. I cried. I was 4. Seth Rogen goes, everyone who made that film would hate you.
God, that's so good.
They're all dead, so I think we're good, and Walt Disney was a Republican. Even though you behave online like a Marxist with Tourette's. Calling out, like literally saying Tourette's, which is a real problem that people have, Ted Cruz.
Ted Cruz? What kind of ableist bullshit? Like so blatantly. And, you know, there are a lot of things that, like, Republicans do that are like, well, it wasn't ableist. I meant this. Like, you can't even. You literally typed it out.
And Seth Rogen says, not today, motherfucker. As someone who has Tourette's in their family and also has a mild case himself, I once again take great pleasure in telling you to go fuck yourself. Also, very few cases of Tourette's manifest in uncontrollable swearing. Most cases, like mine, manifest in twitching.
Get fucked, Ted Cruz.
Fucked, Ted Cruz. Also, you're a fucking fascist. Shut up and go away.
I think we should end our show like that every day. We'll just show that tweet.
Ooh, baby. I love it. Just everybody, do not let up on these fucking people.
Yeah.
Do not listen. Normally I'm the sort of person that's like, look, you can't just like dogpile on somebody on Twitter. You can't do that. Shut up. These people work actively to ruin the lives of average Americans. Ted Cruz stoked the fires of a literal insurrection. You're allowed to yell at him on Twitter, and you should.
Bully your local fascist.
Listen, if you let one skinhead drink at your bar, next week, when you walk in the door, you're walking into a skinhead bar. That's how it works. You don't let up.
Punch a Nazi. Happy Monday, everyone.
As a related news item, I'd just like to say that if we can, I don't know if we can get a little bit more of my address bar here, but that's all right.
Okay. No.
If you type in smallestdick.com.
Yes.
It currently directs to Ted Cruz.
And I can't believe I'm saying this. Everyone in chat, please type into your search bar smallestdick.com. Please do it.
It's the little things,
Literally.
The littlest things, the tiniest, smallest
things. There was a story that was going around and going somewhat viral that there was an 11-hour chain of paying it forward at a Starbucks drive-thru. Times are hard. Is this the best way to help the world? No, absolutely not. But it is a kind thing to do where you just say, I'm going to pay for the person's drink behind me.
What a lovely thing.
What a lovely, simple, just absolutely untaintable thing. It is just kindness. Went on for 11 hours. The barista would ask people as they came through, hey, somebody paid for your drink. Would you like to pay for the person behind you instead? And they kept it going for 11 hours. Now, that 11 hours was 458 customers that came through that, continuing this chain until this guy.
Peter Schorsch.
Now, Peter Schorsch was the man who broke the 458.
He looks like he's saying his last name in this photo. Schorsch.
Now, why? He said, after I ordered 2 venti mocha frappuccinos, the barista told me that my first drink had been paid for by the previous customer and asked if I would like to pay it forward to the next customer. I told him no. When the barista asks you to pay it forward, it is no longer spontaneous. I'm not trying to be a Grinch. I know things are hard for baristas and I'm willing to help people. I just don't want to be forced into doing something.
It's functionally the same, Schorsch. Whether you were gonna buy your own coffee or buy the coffee behind you, you're spending no more or less money. It's just a fun thing that makes people feel good, Schorsch.
He said, this is turning into a social phenomenon and I had to put an end to it. Although I can't prove it, I think this has become an organic marketing ploy for Starbucks. I love Starbucks, I have nothing against them, but it takes away from the genuineness. This is turning into something ridiculous and cheesy. It seems like a first world problem to me. Middle class people sitting in their cars at a drive-thru, sipping a $5 drink, worrying about someone breaking the ranks. There is little humor in being a contrarian, but if you really want to help, find someone that obviously needs help. I got a $6 venti frappuccino. Someone else might get a $2 coffee. It's unfair then for the person who paid for me. Shockingly, he's a political consultant.
This fucking guy, like, how can you live your life doing the mental gymnastics that it takes to just take this simple thing? Can you imagine what it's like in this guy's head where he sees everything as some sort of ploy or scam or attack? Right. Imagine this, to the point where somebody paid for his coffee. Somebody paid for it.
Yes.
And he's gonna spend the same amount of money either way.
Mm-hmm.
He could have just done it.
Well, now he's spending no money. He just gets his drink paid for and he leaves.
Right, but he's
like, it wouldn't be fair for me to pay for somebody's $2 coffee when someone paid for my $6.
The backflips that he's doing to say that he just wants a free coffee.
Right.
And he's not going to be nice.
Exactly. The absolute gymnastics. You're 100% correct. To just say, I don't want to pay for my coffee. Can you show me his face one more time?
Oh, his face? The face of Schorsch?
Face of Schorsch.
All
I hope that's not what Resident Evil is hiding.
The face of Schorsch.
Show me what you got.
I want to see what you've got.
Can
you believe? Like, it's ridiculous to me. It's ridiculous to me. Hey, if you have the opportunity to do something nice, just do something nice. It literally, it wouldn't have changed your day at all. But now you're the guy. And like, I can imagine where he's like, oh, this is turning into some sort of marketing campaign. I know they're going to use this as marketing. Can I tell you, as somebody who was a barista, who had a couple of those pay it forward chains, because people do that at a Starbucks every once in a while, we count it. And we like, as we're counting it, like they knew it was 468 or whatever.
Yeah.
We count it because it brings us so much joy.
Right.
We're sitting there, we're paid nothing. Everybody who's in line is on their way to do something they don't want to do. And like, it's just a cool thing to know that you're part of a 468 person chain of anything.
Right.
There's also that part of it where it's just like, hey, I'm part of something today that I didn't expect to be a part of.
Right. Hey, something that didn't absolutely destroy my faith in humanity happened today. Oh, no? No, okay. Yep.
Imagine not just granting the interview, but granting multiple interviews.
Yeah.
Do you think Schorsch sought out these interviews? Do you think Schorsch is trying to control the message here?
I'm the guy who canceled it because this is a marketing ploy and it was cheesy. He just so badly didn't want to be a part of something. You know what I mean? So badly didn't want people to have their fun and for him to have contributed to them having their fun.
What a nightmare.
Hey,
You look good. You look rested.
yeah, that's nice on you.
Yeah, it's probably because you watch the show on YouTube instead of first thing in the morning. Although you could watch it live first thing in the morning every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on twitch.tv/PixelCircus.
We are live at 8 a.m. Pacific if you want to see the whole show. And don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy catching the highlights.
I think you look so good you could probably watch the show live and still look good afterwards.
Maybe join us next time.